Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel, and I hope everyone has had a great weekend. It is Monday, the start of a new week, and this article came out around 10 or so days ago, and I haven't really got to it until now. But it's very interesting to read, and obviously you've seen the thumbnail and the title, so we're going to be talking about it. Obviously coming from People magazine, Depp v. attorneys reflect on the verdict 2 years later. It's mad how quick it's gone. I'd like to see society correct itself. Exclusive. Johnny Depp's attorney Camille Vasquez and AH's attorney Elaine Bredehoft reflect on the controversial case. It's been 2 years since the Virginia jury handed down its verdict in the defamation case. Camille Vasquez and Elaine Bredehoft look back on the case in interviews with People magazine. The attorneys see differently on issues of cameras in courtrooms and societal takeaways from the trial's outcome. 2 years later, the verdict in Depp's defamation case against his ex-wife continues to be polarizing, which it's always going to be polarizing, but to be honest with you, it's over and done. It's done and dusted. He won. That's it. But again, no, they're not going to do that. And you'll see what I mean because of Elaine, you know? June 1st, 2022, the 6-week trial in Fairfax culminated in the shocking reveal. The jury sided mostly with Depp. No, they sided completely with Depp, finding AH liable for defamation in her post-ed, though she didn't mention her movie star ex-husband by name in the article. But no, in the article, she said that she has just gone out of relationship with someone who did this to her. And at the time, she was only with Depp. You know? That's the thing. She's like, well, I didn't name him. Well, if you didn't name him and it's not him, then surely you can tell the world who it was. And she never did. She was asked that question many times. Then goes obviously that she won one of her 3 counterclaims. He was initially awarded over $10 million. Yes, he was. $15 million in damages. And she too. After months of appealing from both, the two reached a settlement by the end of 2022. They dropped it all and AH had to pay $1 million to Depp, who divided it up to 5 different charities, which is amazing. And then it goes on by here. A source close to the matter says there are no longer any loose ends in the litigation. All is finalised and behind them. People caught up with 2 key players in the trial, Camille Vasquez and Elaine Bredehoft. I'm trying, to reflect on the outcome 2 years removed. The contentious case, which was televised live in front of millions, showed that winning in the court of law is very important, obviously, but winning the court of opinion is equally, if not more important. This day and age, public opinion matters more than actual court cases. It always has done, and since the rise of social media and everything else, all people got to do this day and age is go on social media and say, this happened to me, it was this person. Nobody asks for evidence. Automatically, the person they've named or someone whatever, oh, that's it, they're evil, they're bad people, get them, destroy them. But then when said person says, actually, no, this is the evidence, they're like, nope, not looking. That's what they're like. And we saw that with this trial. Bredehoft, though, she sees allowing the cameras in the courtroom as a huge mistake that led to social media users skewing public perception and taking moments out of context. So, thing is though, with all of that, when they're saying that they're skewing public perception and taking moments out of context for the entirety of the entire court case, 10 to 12 hour days, we all streamed it. We watched every single bit of it, and then we replayed it and watched it again, picking things out. So, again, no, Elaine would be saying this because that's how she's like, nope, it shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't have allowed it. But guarantee you, if she won, she'd be like, oh yes, cameras are allowed. That's exactly what she'd be like. It goes on to say that obviously she says that allowing that she says she fought hard against having cameras present and now feels social media completely hijacked that trial. Well, no, because the way it went on, the evidence was put out there by her and her people. And everyone saw it and was like, yeah, that's nothing. You're literally showing your hand of how bad you are at things. And remember, This was the first time that Elaine had stepped foot inside the courtroom in 20 years. Maybe she should just stay in the back and do nothing, because maybe her team could have won without her. Vasquez acknowledges that the viral memes and online fodder that came out of the trial were manipulated or made to be comical. However, it was still responding to actual evidence presented in the courtroom. Very true. And again, though, saying that viral memes and online fodder that came out, it was manipulated or made to be comical. When she's saying, manipulated, you're going to get people reading this, oh my god, all those things are lies. Well, having funny music or putting in sound effects, that's manipulation. But again, though, the comical, which it was, because Elaine and her team they did so many dumb things. Look at the guy who, he literally objected to himself. It's like, come on. Literally, this is why it was comical. And then you got to, my dog stepped on a bee. It's like, what's that got to do with it? It's the way that things that her and her team came about. It was just laugh. It was just comical. It was. And the way that they did it, it just made everyone go, yeah, you're fucking dumb. Which is exactly how it was. Especially Camille Vasquez does go on to say, she's all for cameras being allowed inside. We should have an ability to see justice at work. And Vasquez doesn't think social media shaped any notions that weren't already prevalent. Public opinion was swayed by the credibility of these two people and who the public at large believed and who they didn't believe. Exactly. But I will say I am all for cameras to be in courtrooms. Every single thing. I think is perfect because you can see what's going on. And again, this day and age, like we said about social media, people can just go online and say what they want and they automatically can get the other person to have their lives ruined. It was Johnny Depp who pushed for the cameras, explains Vasquez. I know how personal and how invasive some of the topics that we talked about were for both of them, but it was incredibly important that Depp be able to reach his fans and show them the evidence that the jury was evaluating. Yes, because for all of this, it's going to show, right, we got the evidence, this is what's going forward. Oh, I didn't know that. Again, it's going back to the social media and online. People can make things, just write things and put them out there, and they think that there's no accountability for it. They think that they're literally untouchable, but they're not. And with that, by the way, what Vasquez says, the evidence the jury was seeing, we were all seeing. Everyone made up their own mind. You had some people who before the trial were going on, oh, Johnny Depp's a horrible man, how dare he do that? But then all of a sudden, when the testimonies came out, the eyewitnesses, all the evidence, those people were like, oh wow, she lied. That's what it is. But of course, Bredehoft would be saying this or the next one. You should never have cameras in the courtroom for this or this. I hope that the rest of the world has figured that out and that mistake won't be repeated. But the thing is, though, this was not a case for those. Again, they talked about what happened with those type of moments, but it was a defamation case. It wasn't a SA case. It wasn't a DV case. Those things sadly were happening, but it was all about defamation. She lied about me in the post. That's it. That's what that entire thing was over. Sadly, all of that came into it. It was all just put out into one whole umbrella. But with her saying that these cameras shouldn't be in the courtroom, sorry, I really think cameras should be in every single courtroom, no matter what's going on. If it's hard to bear to watch, don't watch it. Because you're going to get people, before they even go to trial, they're going to get people hating them. They're going to be spitting venom at them wherever they can. And then they're like, well, no, I'm innocent. I'm telling you the truth. Oh, no, you're not. You're lying. She said you did this. If you got evidence backing it up and you can see it, oh, I was wrong about you. But the people who do that, they're the ones who are fighting. They don't want the cameras, like Elaine. Guarantee you, like I said, if AH had won, Elaine would be like, I'm all for cameras. She just would. But it goes on to say as well that directly after the verdict, she expressed a disappointment in a handwritten statement, calling the outcome a setback to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. She did that to Johnny Depp for years. Literally for years. But because she was found out to be lying, all the evidence pointed that she was lying, they don't like it, see? But again, no, it's against their agenda. That's what they're going on. But obviously, as you can see with Johnny Depp and his message, I hope that my quest to have the truth be told will have helped others, men or women, who have found themselves in my situation. Which is very, very true. And then you can see here, though, when she teamed up with Ben Rottenborn or Rottenbottom, because I can't tell you how much I admire Amber, because the first thing she said was, "I'm so sorry that I have let all these women, all these victims down." Sadly, that's what those type of people do. The narcissistic, actual people who act like that. They want to manipulate things. Straight away, it's that sort of thing. It's like, no, sorry. You shouldn't be sorry. You need to be sorry for lying. That's what it is. Vasquez, who worked on the trial alongside Ben Chew, says she takes issue with claims that the verdict will have negative ramifications for people who come forward with allegations in the future. And this is what I like. What we showed definitively is that DA has no gender. That's it. It doesn't have gender. But people who lie, they will use that against the people. Like AH did. I let all these women down. I let all the victims down. No, Amber, you let yourself down and you're upset because you didn't win. Because you're like, shit, they found out I am a horrible person. That's what it is, and we're going to end it by there because I just go on to say literally just a little bit more about that. Obviously, Depp was one and that's it. But yeah, it's interesting to see that, 2 years has gone and it's flown by. But seeing things like this, obviously, Elaine is going to be known as the woman who called out to God during her actual talking and her questioning of her own person, where she was stuttering. She didn't know what to say. She was like, oh, I'm trying. I don't know what to do. There's just so many things. And obviously the little guy who, little rotten bottom, who objected to himself, which you could just see it was a clown show from the get-go on her side. To be honest with you, I think Rottenborn, he may have had a better chance if those people weren't there. I really do think that. But that's because he was more aggressive and I'm going to go after this. Elaine was like, I'm the spotlight. Look at me. Because, 20 years, she hadn't stepped inside of a courtroom. But when it's against Johnny Depp, oh, I'll take that. But let me know what you think about this article down below. I will leave it for you down below as well in the description box if you want to give it a once over yourselves. But if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you all soon.